Seemed to be a groundswell late yesterday that you had Jason Kelsey, former Eagles center, and he goes to the owners' meetings, and he is a lobbyist, basically, trying to get the Tush Push to stay in the NFL. I don't know what kind of impact he had, but it felt like he did have an impact here, Mike, because I think the NFL was doing their damnedest to get rid of this play.
And I don't think they're going to stop, Dan. 22-10, the final vote. That means they only need to get two teams to change their position between now and next March if they try it again. And it's clear that the league is the one that was behind this. We reported yesterday that they basically encouraged the Packers to be the ones to make the proposal. They have their own system for proposing rule changes. It's very odd to me, and they did it with two different proposals this year. The Tush Push ban and the playoff seeding that was submitted by the Lions. Rod Wood, the president of the team, said they came to us and said, hey, how would you like to partner on this? Well, it sure didn't seem like a partnership. It seemed like it was the Lions. So It's just a strange way of doing business. And the bottom line, I think the commissioner wants both of those things, and he's close. Two teams need to have their arm twisted sufficiently to go from the yes to the no as it relates to the Tush Push. So I don't think this is over. And it's unfortunate because, look, they created the atmosphere where this play was allowed to emerge by changing the rules against pushing the runner in 2006 and allowing it. And you can make whatever case you want to make, but I think at the end of the day, it just comes off as we don't like the fact that the Eagles have cracked the code and no one else can crack it, so we're going to get rid of it. And it makes it hard, I think, to sell to the average person because it just feels like kind of a petty and small attack on what the Eagles have perfected.
If this is Tampa Bay, do we care about this? It's the Eagles, and they're winning a Super Bowl. And I just wonder, is it the play or is it the team with the play?
I think that it's a confluence of events that have led to where we now are. It's the combination of the play is very effective, the Eagles are highly successful. Dan, I believe the catalyst for this, and there's evidence to back it up, Mike Pereira, the Fox Rules analyst, formerly the VP of officiating, he said in the days after the NFC Championship that ugly exchange we saw with the Commanders jumping offside repeatedly to the point where the referee, Sean Hockley, had to warn the Commanders, if you do it again, we're going to award a touchdown to the Eagles, something that's never been done in the history of the league. A touchdown awarded for what they call a palpably unfair act. I think someone saw that, possibly the guy whose signature is on every football, and said, we got to get rid of this thing. We can't have this. And it's a bunch of different things that came together. And the problem is they should have nipped this in the bud when it first started. They should have realized, no, we never meant by changing the rule to allow pushing the runner that you're going to build it into your playbook and you're going to weaponize it and you're going to create this play that doesn't look like a football play. But they waited too long, and now it looks like an attack on the Eagles. And when they try to give justifications, it's almost Keystone Cops. Well, it's a safety risk. Okay, show us the data. Well, we don't have any data. Well, it could be a safety risk. Well, what does that mean? Well, it doesn't look like a football play. And they're moving the goalposts around literally on this thing. And it's a bad look. It's a very bad look for the league. And I think that every team out there, they have two challenges now. One, come up with a way to do it. Two, come up with a way to stop it.
When we were in Green Bay for the draft, and I pressed Matt LaFleur, I said, did the league instruct you? And he said, well, we were nudged.
Yeah.
We were nudged. They needed to have a team. So, hey, we want you to be the sacrificial lamb. Put your name to it, just like the Lions with the playoff seeding. So, yeah, I mean, Coach told us that the league nudged them in so many words.
Yeah. And it just, it's odd. And why would you pick the Packers as the team to do it? They lost to the Eagles twice last year. It reeks of sour grapes if they do it. Pick a team from the AFC. The Bills would have been the perfect team to get behind this, literally, because they do it too, and they do it well. Now, the original proposal didn't affect the way the Bills do it because they always do a delayed push. The first proposal targeted immediate push, and that would have opened Pandora's box of inconsistency and cries of rigging. Can you imagine, Dan, if the Eagles had scored a touchdown at the goal line in a playoff game and a flag comes out because someone in black and white stripes thought it was immediate and maybe it wasn't, they already have enough fans saying the fix is in. That would have been a nightmare. So they backed up and they said, well, let's just come up with a general ban. But at the end of the day, there's still 2/3 of the league that wants to get rid of it. It's only because the league requires a 75% supermajority to change the rules that it stayed. There is something to be said for the fact that 22 teams want to get rid of it. And I think that that's going to embolden the commissioner to work the back channels, make a deal, maybe make a little bit of a threat. We've seen retribution in the past for teams that oppose things the commissioner wanted. And I know that, oh, you're not supposed to say those things, but it's true. It's true. We've seen it. I know teams believe they've been targeted for unfavorable scheduling or multiple short week games because they were against flexing of Thursday night football. That happened a couple of years ago. So I don't think this is over. And by next year, Dan, don't be surprised if there's safety data to support the position.